Here we go. Hey guys, welcome to the Pixel Nuts Twitch channel. We are Pixel Nuts, and today we're going to be playing our new game, Rocket Rumble, that is available on Steam in early access right now. It is a party racing brawler game where you get to play as these cool animal characters and race each other around some neat tracks and stuff like that. So we have a new track and a bunch of new items that we've added to the game recently that we're going to be showing off some of that stuff, hopefully, if I can get some of the items. But we'll be showing off the track for sure, and it's all it's all themed around holographic. You'll see when you see the track. It's kind of like an 80s neon holographic theme update that we have going right now, and there's a bunch of items that go along with it that are really neat. So I'm going to hop into a game if you guys want to join me, and then everybody can introduce themselves, and we have a question of the day today, which is what is your favorite game console? And it can be current or, you know, old, whatever you want. It's a hard one for me. I don't know. I feel like
yeah, that's a question.
There's so many good consoles. I feel like the Super Nintendo is kind of
yeah, good.
like it's just, you know, like I love the N64, but it doesn't have as big of a library as the Super Nintendo. I love the original Nintendo, but it doesn't have as many good games as the Super Nintendo. I really love the 3DS. That's one that I could say that's not like a retro console. I have like so many 3DS games, and when the 3DS was like Nintendo's active console, I loved it so much. I like never played anything else really at the time. I don't know. I just played so much 3DS. Like I went through 3 different consoles because like they wore out from me using them so much in different ways. So yeah, I don't know. That's mine. Other than the Super Nintendo, the 3DS was definitely like some of my fondest memories were playing games on there for sure. What about you, Ben?
That's hard. That's a tough question. I mean, like, if we're going for nostalgia, I'm gonna say GameCube. Like, I have a lot of good memories of playing games on that. But like, I mainly play games on PC these days. Like, I'm not really much of a console player anymore. Except if it's like an exclusive game I want to play, like Zelda or something. But like, I don't know. I feel like if I had to say other than PC, probably GameCube. I played hours of Smash Brothers and I don't know, a lot of good memories of taking it to the school and like playing at lunch and stuff. And yeah,
I feel like every game Nintendo made for the GameCube was like super unique and ambitious too, like with crazy art styles and all kinds of different
GameCube
stuff.
has a great library, even though it's like kind of small.
Yeah, it's like small but quality.
Yeah, like there's
like,
most games for the GameCube were good. Like even like the third-party ones were like decent, you know.
But I remember back when the GameCube was like current gen, like it got a lot of hate. Like people were like saying, I remember that anyway. Like people in my neighborhood were like, "Oh no, it sucks because there's no third-party support or there's very little."
That people always say that about Nintendo consoles, but like it doesn't really seem to actually matter. I mean, it's true, but
yeah, I think you got a little bit of hate for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, people hated Wind Waker at the time too because of the art style, you know. Now everybody
Wind Waker's so good though.
Now everybody loves it. Like, you know, I don't know.
Oh, that was like the best.
I want that to come on the Switch again too.
Well, I think,
oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, that would be good. I think
just
a lot
that
of the
HD
reason
remake.
people,
They already have it.
I think one of the reasons people hated Wind Waker was because of the Space World demo. They did the tech demo for the GameCube.
Yeah.
It showed off that not super realistic for today's standards, but they showed off that like battle between Link and Ganon, and they were like, "This is what the GameCube can do." And then they announced Wind Waker a few months later.
It's like not what we did though.
Yeah.
Was that an April Fool's thing or no?
No, that wasn't an April Fool's thing.
It was real?
And
Yeah,
I
it was
think the
just a
whole
tech
reason,
demo.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I think the whole reason, I think people didn't understand that at the time, like gamers.
Well,
Like we were all kids, like we
I
didn't know
think
what a tech demo was.
We're all
people
kids.
people had like a different opinion back then too. I feel like if you look back on Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like they're super cartoony, and Wind Waker kind of makes sense. But I think at the time people saw them as looking more realistic, and so they were expecting like a realistic Zelda game. Nobody would expect that out of Nintendo anymore. You know what I mean? Like people just had a different opinion back then, I guess. They wanted like a realistic looking Zelda game for some reason.
It's
think
probably
the
just 'cause
textures were
it's like the rise of Xbox and PlayStation aiming for realism, and it's
Yeah.
like Nintendo like kind of seemed to like it was kind of cartoony the previous games, but they weren't like Wind Waker. It was a totally
No,
different.
definitely not. Yeah, not
So I
as
think
far.
it was just that like it was very kind of unexpected.
I feel like people's opinions have shifted a lot. Like maybe not everybody, but I feel like people aren't as jazzed on like realistic looking games anymore. Like people prefer something
Yeah.
with a strong art style to realism
Well, now
nowadays.
we kind of got realism, and it's everywhere. Like people are just
Yeah.
sick of it. Now they just want something that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like the problem with realism now is like almost too real, but that you realize like you really notice the little things that make it like not real.
Yeah,
yeah.
the Uncanny Valley.
Like how
Yeah.
the mouth always move a little strange, or you know.
Yeah, when the models look hyper realistic, if their animations don't look right, then it really stands out. Whereas if
Oh my
they're
god, it
like,
looks terrible.
you know, if they're like low poly cartoony models, their animations don't really like
You don't
sound
even need
real to begin
like
with.
just open their mouth and it's fine enough. Like it doesn't have to.
I definitely do agree with that. I think games age faster too when they go for that realistic look. Like, you know, something like The Last of Us on PS3, when it came out, everybody thought it was the most amazing looking thing, but compared to the PS4 version, it looks like pretty bad now, and it's not that old, you know?
I'm sure. Yeah, I think I played the remastered, like on the one that came out on the PS4. I'm assuming it was slightly remastered or something.
It was, yeah. It was like an actual remaster, not just a, like,
Yeah.
resolution upscale or whatever.
So I don't even know what the one on PS3 looked like, really.
I don't know, it's just that, like, you can play a game, you can still play something like Wind Waker, and it still looks amazing, even the original GameCube version. But if you play games that were trying to go for that realism look back then, like, they age way more
Yeah.
poorly, for sure.
For sure. Because we were nowhere near.
No, not even
realistic.
close, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's gonna still be true for games like today.
Yeah,
Like,
once
a
they
lot
get
less.
outclassed.
Yeah.
A lot less so, though.
A lot less so, sure, but like
Especially because the games that
that's
are
the same.
like the ones that are still aiming for realism are slightly stylized, and we have
Yes.
mocap, which is like most of the animations are pretty good.
For sure. Yeah.
What about you, Angie? What's your
Um,
favorite console?
I have two answers. If we're talking nostalgic, the Super Nintendo was my very first console, and I still like
Oh, nice.
have it, love it to this day. But as far as like great libraries go, I think I had maybe the most fun with the PS2.
Oh, the PS2 does have a really good
that's true.
library.
That's a good answer, actually.
There's so many good games, and like
Yeah.
there was a lot of shit games too. Don't get me wrong, but there was just so much option with PlayStation, PS rather, and it played PS1 games, so like can't beat
Yeah.
that.
The PS1 also has a great library. Like,
Fantastic, yeah.
there's definitely a shift too, because, you know, back in those days, the PlayStation was way more like, I don't know, like JRPGs were like king at the time, and it just wasn't. Now, PlayStation is way more of like a westernized thing now, I feel like. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Because a lot of their first-party games, or like studios, are in the States.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just like different than it. It's almost like a different feel. I still really like the the PlayStation exclusives are like amazing these days, but it's just different.
I feel like there was less exclusives back in the day. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not talking about Nintendo, like Nintendo.
Yeah, well, then,
But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I think.
Yeah, like Sony and Xbox have acquired studios throughout the years.
I
They didn't
feel
always own them.
there was a lot
But,
of
like,
like
I got my library,
exclusives.
like-
There's a lot of exclusives just because people didn't want to port stuff.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
Not
that's
because the
true.
companies owned them, you know.
But like less like first party Sony produced or whatever
Yeah.
games. Yeah. True.
You know, like you got stuff like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. None of those games were first-party exclusive Sony stuff, but they just didn't get ported to other consoles for whatever reason. Maybe they had a contract, or it's because it was more difficult back then. I don't know, but.
PS2 is a good answer though.
Yeah, I love the
And, like,
PS2.
The PS2 is awesome, and it was pretty great that it could play PS1 games. That's a good
And DVDs.
and DVDs.
Yeah,
That's
like
that
I
was a
still
big
use it as
deal.
a DVD player.
That was a big deal at the time too.
It's still a big deal, Ben.
Well,
Where
I
else are you
didn't
gonna get a
say that.
DVD player?
That's
like,
what
my
sold
computer
the
surely doesn't have
PS2.
one.
Like that. That's one of the reasons that I think the Dreamcast failed and the PS2 succeeded, is that Sega tried to like jump the gun and release like a year and a half early, but then they didn't have a DVD player, and so people just waited for the PS2.
yeah.
You're right. I actually don't have a DVD player. I use
Right?
Yeah, well, you don't need it anymore.
I use my PS4 for Blu-rays.
No, we watched some DVDs. Like there's some shows we couldn't find online, or
I've got some
Or,
DVDs.
I have like a little Blu-ray and DVD collection.
yeah. But we don't use them that often, though. That's for sure.
Definitely not that often, yeah.
Yeah. And now games don't even have disc drives now. Or,
So
well, there's going that way, which I know you
Yeah.
guys don't like. I don't like it either.
I like the
It's not that I've
idea,
needed
but I
a disc,
also want a disc drive.
just
Yeah.
in case.
Then you don't like the idea.
I want a disc drive because I just have way too many physical PS4 games. Like, I can't
Yeah.
not buy the disc drive version.
Yeah, like it's nice the PS5 is backwards compatible. I could just get rid of my PS4 but keep all my games.
What they should
But I
do. What
need a disc drive.
they should just release like a peripheral, like a USB plug-in.
I would hate that. That's much worse.
Sure,
I don't want
but
stuff everywhere and then having to move stuff, plug things in when I need it.
but then you get the more expensive version. But for the people that like don't like you get
Us
the one with the
plebs.
disc drive. But like if like you bought like an earlier one and it doesn't have it, or like it would be nice as like an option. They could totally do that. I think.
Well, there's USB on it. I wonder if you could just do that.
You
could
might
buy
be
a
able
disc
to.
drive.
Yeah, you
You
could
might
get
be
a
able
portable
to.
Blu-ray. I don't know if it would actually work or not, but maybe.
I was thinking about that the other day when you guys were talking about the PlayStation.
If that's
last
true,
night.
then if that actually does work, I feel like it doesn't, because
No, I don't
doubt
think it
it.
would.
you know I'll just buy the cheaper one and get a portable Blu-ray
Mm-hmm.
player for like 50 or 75 bucks. Like, there's no way it works.
Isn't
Yeah.
that like almost the price difference anyway?
It's a little bit more, I think. I think the main unit is like $5.99, and the one with the disc drive is like $7.99 or something. It's like a pretty big difference. I thought,
That'd be crazy.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the one with the disc drive also has a bigger hard drive too. So like it's not just in disc drive difference. There's
Well, they announced that you could replace the drive anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can use an external drive too. Like for my PS4, I did that. I have a PS4 Pro, but like because you have to install every game that you get now, like I had to get an external drive for it because there's just not enough room.
Yeah, you have to uninstall. I just uninstall stuff. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Like most games, I'm not going to play again. There are
That's
some
true.
that I think I will, and I still don't play them.
Yeah.
So I have games on my Switch I haven't even played the first time yet.
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
It's the whole Steam library conundrum.
I hate having a Steam library.
I have so
I
many
think
freaking
Steam's so
games.
good until you own more than like 3 games, and then it's just overwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I spend so much time like sorting my games into categories and all this crap. Like it's ridiculous.
I literally never do any of that. I might turn
No.
like a search filter on, maybe.
I just like stop looking at my. I don't even look at my library anymore. I don't even bother. I know I'm not going to play anything.
I think it's the worst when you like want to go play a game and you like even maybe have one in mind and you like go to open it and then there's like 12 other options, so you're like, oh well, this might be fun, or maybe I could
Yeah.
play this, and then you play nothing.
Yeah, you end up playing
Yeah, it's like
nothing.
trying to find a show on Netflix. You just like browse for 30 minutes and
You
then
get-
you turn the TV off.
You get paralyzed by indecision. It's definitely
Well-
an issue that we have nowadays.
The problem that I have is like, back years ago I used to buy like a lot of Humble Bundle
Yeah,
games,
It's same.
and like I installed all of them, and then now I'm just like, I don't want half this crap, but I can't take it out of my library.
I mean, you can, but it would be a huge undertaking to like go through
Yeah.
and do that. But yeah, I have like over 1,000 games on Steam. Like it's ridiculous.
I
No, I
love
like
Humble
50
Bundle,
games on
but-
Steam. It's too many.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had Steam for 17 years though too, so like it's not as if I bought a ton of games all at once, but it just over time got out
Never
of
had a
control.
decent enough computer until like a few years ago. PC gaming was just like off the table in my mind.
It's still pretty expensive these days. Actually, probably more expensive with the.
Yeah, with the chip shortage and everything right now, it
Yeah.
definitely is, but
I have a notification on my customized, like on the main menu, but there's nothing actually. I don't think in
Is it a
here.
pattern maybe? Or
Oh, there is a new item. I think the sub menu should also get
It used to. I think that broke somehow.
okay.
So we'll
Yeah.
fix that when
well,
we do. the
yeah, I
next
mean, I'm
update.
I'm pushing a huge update for all this stuff anyway, so and I'm
Yeah.
getting rid of
Makes
that
sense.
mid screen for the
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's the best.
The mid screen? What's a mid screen?
there's a mid screen when you click on character and it gives you like all the options of whether you want to do pattern or color or whatever. I just got rid of it.
Like a menu between menus that we don't need.
A menu.
Alex
Open one
says Vince is going to be so happy.
Yeah, that's the best. I've been asking for that for like 4 years, and we've only been working on it for 2.5 maybe. I actually don't know how long we've been working on this game, but it feels like a long
It's
time.
2020? February, you think? Or January or something?
Yeah.
January 2020. Whoa.
Well, that's when that pitch
Yeah.
thing you guys like went to.
hmm
January.
Yeah, we've been working on it
Shortly
since then,
after that.
basically, because we like came home and started working on it pretty much right away.
Yeah, maybe like first week of February we actually started working on. Well, probably January, but
Yeah, 'cause we were working on Nanite before that, right?
Yeah.
we were working
And I was
on
working on
some
the other
un-
project.
Bird Crisis too. I forgot.
unannounced. I don't know if we can say these things on a public.
I,
guess
for one,
that's true.
don't know anything about anything you're saying. Good
Alex
one,
says
Mark.
we've been working on this for 3 months.
Yes. Imagine.
Feels
that's what-
longer.
That's what happens when you
It
think
feels
of
a little
game
longer.
ideas in the hot tub time machine.
Yeah, the hot tub time machine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Time just flies.
What's your favorite console, Vince?
I don't know. PS2 is actually a great answer that I didn't even consider.
Yeah, I didn't really
Um,
think of it either. It is a good
I don't
answer,
know why.
though.
That was probably like one of my most played consoles, like as a kid, like with my friends and my brother or whatever. But I always think of like Super Nintendo or N64 was pretty big too. But I actually think like maybe PS4 was one of my favorites. And I don't know if it's just like I basically only play Sony exclusives now because I don't play a lot of other games, and they're all just incredible. So
Yeah.
that could be why.
I feel like we're almost back in that. Like, obviously, there's way too many games nowadays, but as far as like big games that come out, exclusives and stuff, we're almost back in that like GameCube style where you know, there was way more games that came out for like PS2 and then a few less for PS3 and then even, you know, there was like 3 Uncharted games on PS3. There's like 1 on PS4 because they take so much longer to develop.
Yeah,
But
that's
they're
true.
all like such high quality. It's kind of crazy that there's 3 Uncharted games on a single
It is
console.
crazy. I guess I didn't consider that.
And The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell?
they put out 4 games in like 8 years, probably less.
It's crazy.
6 years. I guess they did put out a lot of games though, even on PS4. Like there was Uncharted, The Last of Us 2, which I guess was recent, but they also had Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Oh,
feel
I
like there was-
forgot about that.
I feel like there was something else too, but maybe not.
Well, they did the Nathan Drake collection, but I don't know if they actually worked on that.
That was Blue Point.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. It's a really good collection.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's where I played those games because I didn't have a PS3, so that's
Yeah.
where it was great.
That
Great
was the
collection.
first place I played them too, and I loved them, especially Uncharted 2. You know, like I kind of like the way it is now, though. Like we get a God of War game on PS4, and then the sequel is on PS5. Like they're not churning them out so fast; they're spending like a lot of time on them, and I just like that
Yeah.
way of doing things. You know, we had Horizon, and now the sequel is on PS5. Like I just like that. I don't know.
I bet they like it too. Sell hardware.
It's also like
Yeah.
a gambit to sell hardware, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were like all on the same consoles.
Yeah.
And now
Oh my
it's
god,
like
they
you
had
get
like every. I feel like all the whatever those games are called. You just said it, I forget.
the Rockstar ones, or just
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
GTA games.
Yeah.
GTA.
There's so many on like the PS2 gen.
I know.
Yeah.
Previously, yeah. And then it's just been like GTA 5 or whatever the current one is.
Forever.
It has just been out for like the last 15 years.
Yeah, and Red Dead Redemption as well, to be fair. But it just they're so much broader in scope than the older games were, so like
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's an enormous game for sure.
yeah. You know, on PS3 they did like GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 1. And then I guess you could kind of say that they did GTA 5 on that, but it was really more of a PS4 game. And then Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS4. So it's like 2 games per generation versus like on the PS2 they had 3 GTA games, a Red Dead game. They had 2 Manhunt games, a game called Bully, like so many freaking games. It's crazy to think about how many used to
Yeah.
come out.
I don't know if any of you noticed that, but I think I used an item twice.
Oh, really?
Oh, which item?
I had the enlarger gun, the supersizer, and I
Is
used
that
it.
what
And I
it's
put you
called?
guys up. It is what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I still had one. I don't know if I picked
Huh.
it up again, but I was in first place, so probably wouldn't have picked one up again.
Yeah, probably not.
That's a little weird.
So I think I
I'll
used
check-
it twice.
I'll check the air logs. That probably would have triggered an error. But did it work?
It did work twice, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's weird.
It is a weird
It
one.
wasn't disappointment, Alex. I just didn't know that. It was just surprising. Unless it was Angie's disappointment that you heard.
2 is so good. Are you talking about Uncharted 2, Alex? I love that one. I played the first 3 games, and 2 was like, at least for me, I thought it was significantly better than 1 and 3. But I haven't played Uncharted 4 yet, so
Uncharted 4 is amazing. There,
it looks amazing.
Yeah, all those games are good. The first one I feel like was actually not good, like even in the remake. But I understand like it was a very different time in
Yes.
games. But that's very noticeable if you play it like now. I assume if you
100%.
played it back then, it was probably pretty different. But
It was a launch title for PS3. I think that's why.
yeah,
But
that
yeah,
makes sense.
100%. There's like only one environment basically through the entire game, and it's just like
I just remember playing it and I was like, people liked this, but obviously it
Oh,
was
I
a
got a
very
neon item.
different thing. Oh, that's great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got
but I
one
really
too.
liked Uncharted 4. It's just Naughty Dog is just incredible. Like everything is so, I don't know, polished. Feels good. When I played that game, I took like over 200 screenshots just going through. Everything just was mind blowing.
That's
There's a
awesome.
cave. There's a cave in that game that is just real. Like it just looks real. It's crazy.
It's just a real cave.
It must be a real cave.
I just
They
took a
just
real cave. Put it in
scanned
the
it.
game.
Holy crap. It's mayhem.
Yeah. This new level is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It is, yeah. It's really good. Ah,
Are you guys lagging at all? Because mine's kind of like chugging a bit.
no.
It could just be like the stream being open and stuff. But
Mine's not, yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
No, I have no problems, but I have, I don't know. My PC doesn't crash every 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, we all have like my PC's not good for testing like performance
Yeah.
because it's too current.
dude, it's too good.
It's just too good.
The computer's just too good. I don't know what to tell you. Like, my computer used to be good. There was a time she was pretty good.
Alex says we should have called the pig Mayhem.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
Mayhem. It is a good joke.
Oh.
I saw this, I was watching a video and they were showing a commercial. This is totally random, but they're showing this commercial for a little girl's toy. And it's a turtle that poops in a toilet. And it like it poops out like glittery poop, and it's called like gotta go turdle instead of
Wow.
turtle.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Is that like teaching kids about like using the bathroom or
I
Potty
have
training
no
tool?
idea. Well, the girl in the commercial playing with it is like 12, so I don't know.
so it's like a bliss poops.
That company no longer exists.
Yeah, they.
They're gonna sell millions.
I
This
hope
is
not.
so weird. Like, why would you make a toy that poops and call it turd?
It's literally they made the toy because they had the name. Someone
Yes.
thought it was like a brilliant name. He's like, we have to do this.
What if we called it turtle, right?
The next
Yeah,
model
there's-
is going to be the Shih Tzu.
Just stoned out of their mind. It's a lawyer? Is it a lawyer?
The Shih Tzu.
Shit suit.
He's a
Oh,
lawyer
okay.
that poops.
No, that's like an add-on you can buy for your turtle.
Hmm.
Oh man.
They just make the dumbest toys, you know? I don't know.
Turtles are great. We should add one to our game.
Yeah, we totally
That'd be
should.
cool.
I think that'd be.
He wouldn't be able to keep up though.
That's true. That's true.
If he was a tortoise, though, maybe.
Oh,
Are they
man.
fast?
I don't know. They won that one race and that one story.
Yeah, he did.
Hmm.
He did against the rabbit.
The hair.
I thought it was hair. Yeah, hair can't even move. It just grows so slowly, and then you cut it, and then it grows more.
Yeah, I never got that story either.
I don't know. My bangs grow pretty fast. I mean,
Oh,
Have you seen my hair over the past year?
Yeah, I need to get my hair cut so bad.
I'm donating my hair. That's why I'm growing it out.
oh yeah,
a
that's
good
cool.
Yeah.
Do that.
I think it just needs to be like an inch or two longer, and then I can.
are you gonna shave it?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna cut it really short, and then. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look into it a bit more, but I think you have to like the barber you have to get it done has to be like know what they're doing, or else they can't use the hair or something.
Yeah, they probably have to do something specific.
I've
for it.
never done it before, so
I want to go to like a real barber or something. I don't know exactly, or a hair salon. I don't know.
Go to Blackbeard's and St.
Blackbeard's is
Catherine's.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've like never been to a good haircut place.
Or there's one in St. Catherine's over by where I used to park my car when we had the office, and it's like a barber. You can like
Oh,
have
yeah.
like you can have
Oh,
like
that's
some
cool.
whiskey. You can have like a
Well,
couple.
that sounds
whiskey
manly.
while you get
Yeah,
your
right.
beard shaved. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Well, that's the
I-
thing.
I-
I'm not
yeah.
sure whether I should actually go to a barber or whether I should go to a hair salon just because of what my hair is like. But
Well,
I've only ever been to like shit places that cut your hair for like $15. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just
we used to have like not a family barber, but like he was just this old Italian guy that used to cut my dad's hair back in the day, and he retired. But we used to go to his house and he'd cut our hair, and he'd always drink like he shot to like I think it was like homemade alcohol,
Grappa?
but it was
moonshine.
great. Yeah, moonshine or something. He said his cousin made it or something, but and then he would drink it and then start cutting our hair, and I was always a little worried that he'd like cut my ear off or something.
Do you have to get
Oh,
drunk
keeps
when
a
you
steady
cut my
hand.
hair?
He did a
I
good
do.
job.
You'll understand when you're older.
Yeah.
But he was like 85 years old too.
You don't want to see me do this sober.
No, yeah, he was probably so shaky if he
Yeah,
was
he's
sober.
got the alcoholic shakes. Yeah.
It probably like counteracted the old person shake, you know. Balanced it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I heard alcohol like combats age directly.
Yeah, for sure.
Directly.
Yeah. But like, I remember having like a shot of the stuff, and it was strong, like, and it just burned.
You were 6?
No, I was. This was a couple years ago. Now.
Yeah, while he was cutting your hair, he gave you a shot.
Yeah.
He's like, stay still. Here, have some of this.
I was like, I wasn't a kid. It was like maybe 5 years ago now. But...
Oh my god. Multiple shockwaves.
Oh, so late.
Did you say so laggy?
Oh yeah. This one's been like really bad.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
probably
Pirate
the
Bay.
worst map, like, for performance in general, so...
The game's not running good today at all for me, to be honest. But again, I got Chrome open. I don't know what the settings
Fucking
are.
Chrome.
I know. If there was a better option,
I know, that's the
probably
thing.
still wouldn't do it. Like Chrome's so convenient.
Chrome used to be so lightweight, I don't understand what happened, but...
But even like Edges run on Chrome now.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
everything is. I think
And-
Mozilla is too.
Oh, is it?
Is
Yeah.
it? That would
That's
be
so
good
crazy.
because Firefox... I used to use Firefox, and then it just, like, became trash. I don't know why. Like, it just...
Because
Was-
Chrome came out.
Yeah,
Does Chrome
basically.
happen?
There was a comparison.
If
It's stuck
everybody's
in the
using the
profile
same,
menu.
if
Did I
every
not tell
browser
you?
uses the same, like, you're stuck in the menu.
No, I was just tabbed out. That's my bad.
It's good if every browser uses the same like backend because then it makes web development easier. For...
I want to quit my neon thing. What was it?
My god, Ben's got all the neon
Oh.
items. You
Ben's cheating
He's
for
fucking
sure.
cheating.
No, I bought them. They were for the first 2 days. They were all in the shop.
Oh yeah,
wherever
right.
they were.
Yeah, they were.
That's
I put them in the
baloney.
shop, bought them, and then took them out of the shop.
And then gave yourself all the coins back.
Oh, I have 3 neon items. I didn't even notice. Where'd all these come from?
There's a whole
You guys
bunch
are
of
cheating.
neon items.
You're in cahoots.
Look, I just wanted to show off for the stream, you know?
Maybe you should
All,
like.
all the
Can you edit?
Show
Well, I
off.
earned this one, so I'm gonna
Can you
wear this
edit
one.
the shop for like the next week and add like at least one a day or something like that?
yeah,
Maybe.
I can. I've actually been. I don't know if I successfully did it, but I managed to every day there was at least one mustache in the shop for November.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, especially just since we don't have the any missions to get these items. Be good.
Well, not specific ones.
Yeah.
I earned a flower from today's mission.
But you can always get these. They don't disappear. Like they're not an event
No.
specific.
Yeah, they're just
They'll be around forever.
randomized
There's
rewards.
been a lot of them. Too, so.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Alex made
I
like
want the fun
400.
glasses. Any of the cool neon glasses. That's what I'm hoping for.
It's good too. Like, you know, having events is good, but having just some new items to inject into the game is also very good.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean, for us, it's like better at this point, just
Yeah,
so that
definitely.
people see all the stuff that we make instead of the limited amount of people playing the game now see it, and then no one will see it ever again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until the next year, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's a long time from now. Yeah, I think like I mean, obviously for Christmas and Halloween and stuff, like that stuff is
The big ones.
you know, those are big ones. I don't know how the calendar works out, but like we should do like
Every second month,
every
for
second
events.
month is an event. Okay, that's pretty good.
roughly.
We could also
Not
have like
every time,
half,
but
half the items we make are exclusive or something, and then the other half just go in the pool.
Yeah, depending on like what the theme of them is.
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, it's like Christmas is the next one, and then like Valentine's Day would probably be one, and then Easter after that.
Yeah, those
And then
are all
it's
good
summer.
ones.
Sweet
So
September.
it's sweet September again.
Summer
Or I
in
guess that's not
September.
really summer, but
Well,
So
that's
it's also not
summer.
really like important.
I guess
But that's the best one.
Sweet September.
maybe we should do like is there any there's no holidays in the summer, right? We'd have to do like a beach one or
could-
something.
It'd be
We
like a
could
summer
do
event.
we could do like just July, and it's all about like court and lawyers and judges.
Just do Christmas in July and just do Christmas.
That's what I was
Again.
thinking. Like you do like an event where all the holidays like combine in July or something, and there's a bunch of the items available. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. Just to have stuff that you couldn't, or like you wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
Yeah. So it's like Overwatch does that. They have an event every year called the Archives event, and everything is available. Like you can, all of the items are in the pool, and you can purchase any item from any of their like exclusive events throughout the year and stuff. I think it would be a good idea for us to have that as well.
That's
Yeah.
super cool. I love that.
That's a good idea.
And that would be a good thing to stick in the middle of the summer somewhere.
Yeah. And we could do
Because there
like a
won't be
little
anything after like Easter.
we could have a little like story to it where it's like, you know, somebody was practicing a drag race and they went so fast that they ripped open a hole in the space-time continuum, so
Oh.
all the times are colliding. I don't know, something like that. Some kind of like
I mean, if we
time
can make a
wormhole
small
event
trailer
or
for
something.
it.
Yeah.
We can have alternate versions of the characters with like, I don't know, robot eye patches and stuff.
Oh no, just give them evil mustaches.
Cyber,
Like the
cyber
Star Trek,
upgrades.
Mustaches.
like the Star Trek
Hey,
alternate universe.
yeah, Alex says multiverse. Multiverse May.
Multiverse
Multiverse
May.
May.
I like it.
Might not be in May, but
But still,
That's what we'll call it, despite the month it's in.
yeah. I mean,
doesn't
it's,
matter.
in Multiverse May in July.
it's too 5-dimensional for you to understand.
Yes, it's May in one of the months. Or
I mean, May
universes,
would
for sure.
work,
Hmm.
right? Like you said. Wait, when is Easter?
No.
I don't know. Either March or
It
April.
changes every year.
Okay.
It's usually
Depends
April.
on the moon.
So
It
we
is
did-
usually.
so February is going to be Valentine's Day, then March would be nothing, and then April would be an event. So that would be like Easter event.
We could do March Madness and do basketball stuff, but
Yeah.
nobody will care.
Well, we
I
can
don't
do
know
that.
what.
That kind of thing.
I
like,
love basketball stuff.
We could do that kind of thing too. Like, we can have our events, but then on the off months, like if you want to do something like that as like a one-time thing where you add a bunch of like sports-themed items into the game, and they're just we just add them. Yeah, not as event items.
Right.
It'd be like a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Like not like a repeating thing every year, but just kind of like what we did for the holographic stuff. But because like that kind of thing, a sports theme is like general enough that you should be able to get those items anytime.
Yeah, and it would be a good idea to have some sports apparel or
I think
items.
so.
Definitely.
Maybe like some like jersey patterns or something. It would be cool. This is totally overscoping it, but what if like we had like sports teams, and then if you're wearing like a certain pattern of that sports team, you're like it's like a global score, and like your points from each race like all add up to a big pool.
That's crazy.
And then like at the end of the month, we'd be like, okay, the Yankees won or something. I don't know.
The Yankees?
I don't know. I don't want that.
I don't know if we could get the Yankees.
It would have to be fake sports teams based on the characters.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like
maybe the Yankers. Yankers would be better.
The Yankers.
The thing about that sounds like sexual, and I don't like it.
It does sound pretty sexual, yeah.
I know,
Rocket
guys.
Rumble
I
gone
know.
sexual. Not clickbait.
Pepper. It's a new event.
Oh god.
Yeah, the Rocket Rumble Yankers. Gross.
I do think, like, just from a story perspective, and like, I don't know when we use it, but I think each of the characters should have like, the way they do in NASCAR, where each racer has like companies that sponsor them, and they kind of have like their own brand. I think we should do that for all the characters.
Yeah.
Fake companies and just that kind of shit. Because I think that kind of stuff is fun to like parody, especially because it's a racing game, all these like
I agree.
corporate assholes funding this like death race with cute animals.
So we need more slots for buttons, so then we could have like sponsor stickers like plastered all over you guys.
Yeah, that would be a great time to do a sticker update like we had originally talked about. We have different spots in the body where you can put like logos and shit. And then we could use that stuff in the asteroid field. Well, in all of the tracks.
Yeah.
But like, we were talking about doing billboards and all that stuff.
I love the billboards like Mandela had made. So funny.
Yeah, they're great. Once we can actually update that level, it's going to be amazing. 2024. Time?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Manpower.
That's the ultimate limiter of existence.
Fancy Feast. Yeah, that's true. Like, they could be funny things like the cat is sponsored by like a catnip brand, and the dog is sponsored by like a dog food, and I mean there would be multiple companies, but funny things like that. The pig is sponsored by like a natural fertilizer company or something. Just poop.
He could be sponsored by a baking company. He's fighting for his life.
He's sponsored by a butchery.
Sponsored by PETA.
By PETA.
Yeah, I think we could have some fun with that.
Yeah.
Make like a little kind of in-game holiday event sort of thing, and in the off times between real holidays.
Well, it just kind of like fleshes out the lore of the game a little bit too. Like, even if we don't ever do like story stuff for it, it still would be nice to have some of that kind of background lore that we originally talked about, where like, that there's a reason that the race is happening and there's a little bit of a story behind it, companies and...
Yeah, I agree.
Snoop Dogg catnip, Alex says. And then if the game ever like does really well and we do story stuff, then we'd have a lot of that stuff like hinted at and set up as well.
I love how the shockwave like moves all the destructibles now.
Oh yeah, did we ever think about a way to like stop the characters from snapping back if they're on the backwards conveyor belts?
Not really. I mean,
No, I
we
don't
could just
think we have.
we could just like disable it so they just get dragged up by the edge of the screen until they're off the conveyor belt or something like that. But
You're talking about just like taking more damage quicker, right?
Well, like right now you like snap back on the screen when you like go off, right?
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you're like on the backwards conveyor belts, it's just like, they almost makes them redundant because they don't do anything bad.
Yeah.
You just end up back on the screen anyway. If that
yeah,
makes
they
sense.
just take health away. That's all they
Yeah, I
do.
think what Mark said would be good. Just like instead of popping them all the way up, just keep them on screen until that conveyor belt's gone.
That's
And
true.
then if they're still alive, we can pop them up.
Yeah. That way it's not like super unfair either. Like you basically are getting dragged along the end, so you have to try to get off that conveyor belt and get ahead a little bit so you don't like die as soon as you go off it or whatever, I don't know. We could try different things and just see what feels good too.
I think I just need one more hollow track and I get my last mission done for today. Which is good. That means that mission's fixed.
Nice.
I was thinking the other day about you know how we have missions for kills and hits. What if we changed up the point system a bit so that like a kill shot would give you 3 points instead of 2 points?
Sure.
Sure.
That might make it a little easier to determine if you've killed someone.
I have no idea
we
what the
give 5
points
points,
are.
it don't
anyway.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the points is kind of irrelevant as long as it's not the same as like just a regular hit. I think
Mm-hmm.
How much is it to hit? Just 1 point?
just 2 points, I believe.
Oh, so a kill and a hit is the same right now? Like there's no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be
Oh,
different for sure.
yeah, I didn't realize they were the same.
Because I know one of our interns was saying that he thought the kills were broken, but it was just he didn't understand how they were working, which is kind of a design flaw, I think. But
Yeah,
Why-
we can definitely make them worth more.
Why did you think they were broken? Just because they weren't given more points?
yeah, he thought like, well, he also thought like if he knocked a character off screen and they died, and then also the new system with like the where you get a point for like checking somebody into something doesn't
Yeah.
count for kills either. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to
I
make sure that those things do account for kills for sure. But
yeah, and I think just like adding like another, and I was thinking also too, you know, when the little points come up above your character, adding like a little bit of text that says like hit, kill, checkpoint or something. Just so
Yeah,
you
we can
kinda
try
know
it. I feel like nobody will
Yeah.
read that stuff, but we can just
Yeah,
see what happens.
I
Well,
feel
actually,
like
that's
it
not
would
true.
be
Maybe.
it would be easy. I don't know. It would kind of just like indicate what the point's coming from too, which I
Yeah.
think might be better for like if you're focusing on missions. But yeah, you're right. People might not even see it, but like
But that's okay. It's better to maybe have it and people
Yeah.
don't see it than not have it and people are confused.
Oh, I need one more holographic race. And then I get my 16 coins.
I did all my missions.
I had
Oh, I have a
two,
loot
like...
box. Hell, let's go.
Oh, did you get a regular loot box
gift
from the
box.
mission? Or gift?
I did.
Yes, not
Level up?
not loot box.
I mean,
It was
they're
full
called
money.
loot. They're called loot in the menu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It is what it is.
They're
loot.
they're not for sale for real money loot boxes.
They're just
That
loot.
didn't fit, that didn't fit on the menu, so we just had to shorten it to loot.
Earned box.
Or maybe loot is like an acronym, like large. I don't know. Give up.
Okay, you know how there's like the ghost one when you have no box there?
Yeah.
When I first opened when I opened the one I had, when it went back to 0, it still had the regular box shown until I left the menu and came back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty minor, but just a thing.
I think that might be because of the different types we have.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you can
maybe.
always cycle back between them.
I mean, I did put in code to change that, but I guess it's not working for some reason. Like, it's supposed to swap it out when it sees that you've reached 0. But I never really tested that either, so I don't know.
I think it does swap it out, but you have to. I think it only does that when you enter the menu. That code.
Well, yeah, I mean, I tried to add it specifically to, like, forcibly do it, but...
Yeah, that should be an easy fix, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for the Halloween and the potential other loot boxes, I don't want to say anything. Do you want to like have like the ghost material on that item, like a ghost pumpkin if you don't have any?
Not
or...
really. I kind of just wanted to switch back to the default ghost loot box.
Okay.
I mean, we can if you want.
What if you have, say, two types, and you opened all
Oh
of
yeah,
them?
I guess that's true. Well, if you have like special loot boxes and you go to 0, then that menu should just disappear. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have any Halloween loot boxes, it shouldn't even show it anymore. It should swap back to the regular loot boxes, which I'm pretty positive that works.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't ever really be a need for a ghost of any other than the basic loot box, I don't think.
Okay. And then when you're out of basic loot boxes, it'll just go to the ghost.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
you could have pumpkin loot boxes at any time of the year and, you know, multiple different types, but we don't want to like show ghosts of all of the types all the time, so it just only shows you what you have, but the default one will show 0 if you have no loot boxes at all, basically.
Makes sense.
Oh, Alex is telling me to check Discord.
Check Discord.
Hollow Knight promo.
Alex is just making fun pictures.
Amazing.
I think instead of like cutscenes, we can.
Oh,
always
you
just
have
do something like
Discord showing instead of my camera. Mark,
Yeah, I know. It's just because I had to minimize the cameras to see Alex's thing. It should be fixed now, though. What were you saying, Ben?
It would be cool, like, to develop our story. Maybe we just make like short little scenes like that, and just post it on like social media, so the story's not like Well, it could be in the game too, but for
Yeah,
like a
well,
bit.
that's the
Fix it
kind
into
of
the credits somehow or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like that's the kind of thing. Like if we never do a single player campaign, that's fine, but it would still be nice to have like a little bit of a lore built up around the
For sure.
games. People love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So having like those, you know, companies in game and like little hints here and there and stuff posted to social media, like you said. I mean, other multiplayer games do have that a little bit too. Like, I know I always reference Overwatch, but Overwatch doesn't have any single player, but it's definitely got like tons of lore to it,
Oh
like
yeah.
for each character and stuff. And a lot of it just comes from like character reveal videos and stuff. Same with Team Fortress 2, right? Like a lot of what you know about the characters comes from like YouTube videos and different things like that.
And like trailers for like new updates and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of developed the story like through that medium. It's kind of interesting.
It's too bad trailers are so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like we could probably just do stills like what Alex is doing now, and then we could just post those on Twitter. And it's like not as like profound as a trailer, but
They're pretty cool though.
Mhm.
That one
Cool,
that he just
yeah.
posted is really nice.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the one he just posted. I feel like that's the kind of thing people click on too, like more so than just an image of like the new track or something, you know?
yeah.
Like it's more
Or like
interesting.
gameplay videos. We need to find a way to get gameplay videos at like a better angle, like out of
Yeah.
the camera or something. It's like this
Yeah.
is cool and like we should have this, you know, this perspective shown off, but
Yeah.
it's a little boring when it's just like that's all you see.
Yeah, our trailers need to be like the Mario Kart trailers where they use like a lot of fake camera angles to show off more interesting parts of what's going on.
There's assets on the asset store that like we could do like just record the gameplay and then replay it back, and we could just like set up camera angles. I think we did that like early in development, didn't we?
Alex just set up his own cameras like throughout the track, I think, or something like that, and had it running through. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can do that.
or
Because
something like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
100%. Like, I mean, you can have maybe like one or like one clip of each different track from this angle, but nobody wants to see anything more than that. Same thing with screenshots, I feel like. Like, how many screenshots from this camera angle do you really want to look at, even if they're of different tracks? Like
Like
not,
two.
yeah, exactly.
Like on Steam they should all be like this because that's what people on Steam actually want to see, but you know, people on Twitter probably want something more interesting.
Yeah. Or even like a first place camera angle, like it's showing them from like the front at like
Yeah.
a dynamic angle or something. Yeah.
Something
I
a
just-
little extra.
Or I guess we don't even need the records. We could just get a bunch of the bots to play games, and we could just
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
record
smart.
from a bunch of different camera angles and pick
Yeah.
out good stuff that shows up.
I mean, the
You could
bots
even
aren't that
set-
smart.
You could even just set up the camera angles,
Yeah.
and then it'll just switch when it gets to whatever points in the track.
Yeah, that's true.
Just turn off the gameplay camera.
We definitely do need some of that stuff, I think. Like, it's probably a little bit of work, but I think it would be well worth it to have that kind of footage and screenshots of the game, personally.
Especially when we get closer to launch. Like, you know,
Yeah.
early access is our like learn how to do stuff time, but
Yeah.
you know, full launch is creeping up quick.
When is that? Do we know? Have we announced it?
No,
Ooh.
but it's like
The game just
less,
crashed for me.
Whoa,
less than a year.
really?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
stuck
my
on the
God.
start line.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
because it
Vince's game
crashed for me?
crashed.
It probably crashed at like the worst.
Oh, everybody left.
Well, before Mark left there, Vince did disconnect, so it might have fixed it. It might have would have fixed itself, but I mean that sort of thing I can't really help. It's Photon's update.
Right.
I might be able to, but it would be like more resource intensive. Oh, I missed that game. Damn.
War Hunter.
Oh, we got an AI in here.
All the AI should have new outfits now too.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They should have some of the new items too. Like they randomly get them, but
Neat.
unless that's broken for some reason, but I don't think it is.
Well, that one's wearing a costume of some kind.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
if it's new, but
is it new though? Did it when
There's
I
no
shuffled
hollow
up,
items.
Yeah, he doesn't have any hollow items.
so who knows? But
Okay,
looks
yeah,
good.
I just jumped in a game with AI, and they are covered in hollow items.
there you
Are
go.
they?
Yeah, cheaters. Those haven't been available yet. They look great though, the new stuff.
Yeah, I only have badges, but they look sweet.
I'll update the market for the next few days, and I'll put at least one hollow item for like the rest of the month, maybe or something.
Yeah, maybe like I wouldn't go crazy. Maybe like one a day is enough. But
Mm-hmm.
Go crazy, we have so many.
Yeah, there's like 400.
yeah, I guess we don't want people to like buy them all in the next 2 weeks either, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that doesn't matter. I guess not that many people are playing, but
Yeah. Oh, I also got the enlarger supersizer twice in a row. Or we got to use it
Shit.
twice.
Interesting. Okay, let me take a look. What character are you playing as, out of curiosity?
Riku.
Riku?
Yeah.
Angie, when you got it the second, like, twice, do you remember the character you were playing as?
No, but it definitely wasn't Riku, because I haven't
That's
played him today.
Okay.
whoa,
Oh my god, that ball just
that
flew
was
through the
crazy.
level.
That was
what
awesome,
the
yeah.
hell? That was insane.
What happened? I
One of
missed
the-
it.
One of the balls just came flying like across the screen. It was crazy looking.
Did you use the shockwave on it, or?
I
I don't know
guess
who
so.
hit it. And I
I
don't know
think-
with what, but it just
Something
flew across
happened.
the map. It was hilarious.
Yeah, like it came out of nowhere. Like it had been hit earlier, and we went past it, and then it just came flying through.
Yeah, like it was out of our screen for a minute or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so crazy.
I like those little ball things, they're fun.
Yeah, they are. I love that kind of shit.
Oh, this level still needs walls for the bombs or whatever. They just fly
Yeah.
off
True.
the track.
I can add that in the next little mini patch.
Is it just do they have to be tagged? Like there is walls there already?
Yeah, there's walls there already. I just think the collider needs to be higher.
Oh, okay.
Like on the other tracks, it's like super high.
All right, we'll do one more.
Oh,
That's good.
I'll
That's
jump in. Hang on.
I have we need to put some limitations on what missions it can give you, because I actually have 3 missions to play as Riku right now.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of nice
true.
though. Kill 3 birds with
Kill
one
3
stone.
birds with
stone,
one. Oh, that's appropriate. But yeah, you're right. We should probably put some limits on it.
Yeah,
Like before it assigns you a mission, it should check the ones you already have been assigned
Yes.
for that day.
I mean it has some of that functionality already, but I guess not for those.
Yeah, it's not that specific.
Like I did have something like that where it won't assign you like certain things, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably not specific for the characters and stuff though.
I think it's there's something like that in like the quest chain code, but like I don't think for the random one I don't think it.
Oh yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it was
Yeah.
only for like the loose missions and stuff. Yeah, you might
Yeah.
be right about that. We did change it around a bit because like the random missions. Originally, when I was developing that system, I was thinking that we would like make handmade missions all the time, and then the random ones you'd only have like 1 or 2 at a time. But then we kind of changed that for them to be like special for events. So I guess probably just like an oversight
Yeah.
on my part.
It's a small fix. It's one of those things too. Like you don't really anticipate it until.
No, well, like, and even the chances of getting 3 Riku missions is pretty low.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we don't have that many mission types yet, but we still have enough that that's a pretty rare occurrence.
Yeah, I wonder what the math for that is.
I mean, we've got like close to 20 different mission types, at least, right?
I'd say roughly. And there's plans for more too, like when we have like specific item
Yes.
tracking. And...
We should have. I started to put in the functionality for some of this stuff, but I want to have like super specific missions too, where it's like play as Riku and beat the shit out of Bert using homing projectiles. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like super randomly generated in a way. Like it picks like 2 or 3 like possible things and combines them into like a specific mission that you have to
Like a
do.
Mad Lib.
Like, how did you
Yeah.
guys say that? Like a Mad Lib, yeah. I love that. That's great.
Mad Lib mission update.
Mad Libs are
Although,
so good. What
I
happened
feel
to
like. Sorry, go on.
What
That
happened
was
to
what
Mad
happened to
Libs?
Mad
I
Libs.
think they were put in therapy and they're not mad anymore. They're just
They're just
libs.
It's-
I think for those types of missions though, we'll have to like limit the numbers to be like do it like twice. Or 3
Yes.
times.
Yeah. Low numbers. Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
right now, actually, the random missions, the numbers that it sets are kind of static between all the missions. I think we should be able to change them per mission template, so the range of like
Yeah, sure.
some-
That's a good idea.
Some missions, because one of the things the other day, because I was trying to test some missions with some AI, and one of them was the like play on Hollow Knight, and like the AI kept picking other tracks. And like it took me like an hour and a half just to like I think I needed to play on it like twice, but it took me like an hour and a half just to like finish the mission to test it out.
Well, we could pretty
So,
easily
something like-
add like a min and max value for that for each of the template types. Yeah, definitely.
And then for like missions like hit a player with a projectiles, we can make that like super high, like 20 or like 10 to 20 or
47.
something like that.
We should really get the item specific tracking working too. Like I have all the
Yeah.
code in there for that. I just disabled it at the time, but we should get that working because that's like, you know, however many items we have, that's like another bunch of different mission types that we
Yeah.
could do. And then we can start doing all the combo stuff like I was saying.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think we're gonna call it there. We're gonna call it a day there for the stream. But thank you guys for coming to watch. And yeah, if you're interested in Rocket Rumble, you can check it out on Steam right now. Like we said before, we're still in early access, but we've got lots of content. We're constantly updating the game every couple of weeks with new items and track and events and all kinds of fun stuff right now. So it's kind of an exciting time to see the game grow if that's your if that's something you're interested in. And there is also a demo available on the Steam page that you can check out for free as well, and do a couple missions and get a couple items and just get a taste for the game. So yeah, check it out on Steam, and we'll be back next week with another stream, and we'll be moving towards working on our Christmas update, so look forward to that.
So excited for that.
Yeah, me
Easy.
too. Yeah, we got some very exciting stuff, like a whole new system coming for that I'm super stoked about.
We do.
Yeah, the
We
candy.
do.
Whoa, spoiler.
It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Sweet December.
All right, guys, have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.